Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever wanted to learn to code, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to start your journey with the Python language, and I'll show you that you already know the basics because Python can work just like a simple calculator. We'll learn how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and more using both whole numbers and numbers with decimals. Let's get started. First things first, where do we write our code? We'll be using a fantastic free tool from Google called Google Colab. The best part about Google Colab is that there's absolutely nothing to install on your computer. It runs completely in your web browser, so all you need is a Google account. This lets us skip any boring setup and jump straight into coding. Just navigate to colab.research.google.com and click on New Notebook. This area you see here is called a cell. It's where we'll be typing all of our code. One of the neat tricks in Google Colab is that if you type a calculation in a cell, it will automatically show you the result of the last line when you run it.
Let's try some simple addition with whole numbers, which are also called integers. What's 10 plus 5? To run the code in the cell, you can either click the little play button on the left or, my favorite way, press Shift-Enter on your keyboard. And there it is, 15. Easy, right? Now, while Colab shows us the last result automatically, the proper way to tell Python, I want you to display this on the screen, is by using the print function. It's super important, and you'll use it all the time. It gives the same answer. Using print is better because it's more explicit, and it allows us to show multiple results from a single cell, which you'll see later. Now, let's try adding numbers with decimals. In programming, these are called floating point numbers, or floats. And it works perfectly. 4.5 plus 2.5 gives us 7.0. Subtraction works exactly as you'd expect, using the minus sign. Let's try two examples. First, with whole numbers. And now with some floats. Simple and straightforward. For multiplication, Python doesn't use the X symbol. Instead, it uses the asterisk. Let's multiply two integers. Now, what happens if we multiply an integer by a float? Notice that the result is 10.0, which is a float. If a calculation involves even one float, the result will almost always be a float to ensure the answer is precise. For division, we use the /. This is where floats become really important. Let's divide 40 by 5. See that .0 at the end? Python gave us 8.0, not just 8. That's because the standard division operator, / in Python, always results in a float. So what is a float? A float, or a floating point number, is simply a number with a decimal point. Think of it as any number that isn't a whole number. 7.5, -12.99, and 3.14159 are all floats. Python uses them to handle calculations where the answer needs to be precise. Let's see an example where this is necessary. What's 10 divided by 3? Without floats, we couldn't get this accurate answer. Let's look at a few special operators that are incredibly useful. What if you only want the whole number part of a division? For that, we use floor division, which is 2 forward slashes. It divides and then simply chops off the decimal part. Imagine you have 17 cookies and want to put them in bags of 5. How many food bags can you make? You can make 3 food bags. It just ignores the remainder. This also works with floats. So if you make 3 bags of 5 cookies, how many are left over? To find the remainder of a division, we use the modulus operator, which is the percent sign. The remainder is 2, so you have 2 cookies left over. This is great for checking if a number is even or odd. Let's try with floats. This makes sense. 2 goes into 7.5 3 times, which is 6.0. And the difference between 7.5 and 6.0 is 1.5. Finally, to calculate a number to the power of something, like 2 to the power of 4, we use 2 asterisks. Let's calculate 2 to the power of 4. And here's an example with the float, 5.0 squared. So what happens when you combine all these? Python is smart. It follows the mathematical order of operations, which you might know as BODMAS or PEMDAS. Let's look at this calculation. Python will do the multiplication before the addition. To change the order, you can use brackets, just like in math class. See? Now it does the addition first. Let's try a more complex one to see the full order in action. Following BODMAS, orders first, 3 times 2 is 9. Then multiplication, 10 times 9 is 90. Finally, subtraction. 100 minus 90 gives us 10. Perfect! You can trust Python to handle complex math correctly. And that's it! You've just learned how to use Python as a super-powered calculator.
You now know all the core math operators and how Python uses them. Your challenge now is to open the Google Colab notebook and experiment. Try your own calculations and get comfortable with these operators. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, and if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!